Hey creators, this is your favorite girl Felin and this is Link's Kendor. Welcome to the month of March, even though it's been March for a minute, but yeah, welcome to the month of March. And this March, we're going to be starting a series called Knowing You. So this series is about like 5 episodes packed with a lot of insights about finding yourself, self-awareness, and learning about your emotions and core values and all of that. It's going to help us a lot and help us navigate through life. So I want you to embark on this journey with me and let us find you. Or rather, let us know you. So yeah, welcome. And today we're going to be starting strong with episode 1 called Who Are You Really? Like, who really are you? Waiting we define, waiting we want to. Who are you? Question is, who are you? I've asked a number of people that question and they don't seem to have the answer to that question. Some will say they don't know, while others will give you titles like, oh, I'm Dr. Mrs. Chief. All those things are titles. Who are you when you put those titles aside? Who are you when the society is not telling you who you should be or what you are or who you are? Who are you? And I'm going to help us navigate through that. I'm going to help us find answers to that question. But I have to take it to the very beginning where it all started. The book of Genesis. Let's go to Genesis chapter 1 verse 26. And God said, let us make man in our own image and after our likeness. If you are reading in New King James, you notice that our is the O is in capital letter and us, the U is in capital letter. So this is telling us that we are made in God's own image, like God's own image, not angel's image, not any other image, God's own image. And in verse 27 it says, God created man in his own image. In the image of God he created him. Male and female he created them. I hope you see where I'm going to. I hope you see where it's headed. And I want to show you something in Psalm 82 verse 6. It says, I said, you are gods and all of you are children of the Most High. Just the way lion births lion, the way goats births goats, that's how God birthed us. And I know some people, I've seen comments like, oh, it's not good to say you are a god. But your father is a god. What else would you be if not a god? And I'm not saying it in an arrogant way or in a way that feels proud and all. In all humility, you are a god. So back to the very beginning, God created. God said, let there be light. God created everything in the world, everything in the universe, everything in the multiverse. God created. And God being our Father, that means we are also creators. That's the slogan for Linkando, created to create. So we should be in our consciousness, or we should be in the consciousness that, oh, we are created to create. No matter the domain you find yourself, you should have dominion. Okay, if you find yourself in the singing field or in the singing industry, dominate there. If you find yourself in the arts industry, dominate there. I'm not always thinking that dominion has to be in places of, oh, maybe in the singing industry or in the entertainment industry or in the art industry. You can have dominion when you are a gardener. You can have dominion when you're a teacher. You can have dominion when you are a barber. Whatever your hands find doing, dominate that space. So yes, I want you to be in the consciousness that you're a God, that you are a creator, and that you are supposed to have dominion. So the major thing is that you are a God, and that's who you really are, in a very humble way, because you are the child, rather you are children of God, the Most High. I want you to see yourself as special. I want you to see yourself as who God sees you. I want you to see yourself just the way God sees you. You are a God. You know, when God was creating the other things, he called them forth. But when he got to you, he said, come, let us make man in our own image. He didn't even do it by himself. The Trinity said, okay, make we see that, make we make man. I want you to see yourself as special. I want you to see yourself as a God. All this self-loathing or all this identity crisis, I want it to end from here. Like, see yourself as a God. You are the reflection of God. You are God's reflection. So I want you to carry yourself, walk differently. Raise your shoulder. Like, Be humble. I'm not teaching you people to be proud, but you will walk differently when you know you're a king. You walk differently when you know the authority you have, because you are not ordinary. And I want you to be in that consciousness. You will look different when you know who you really are. So, who you really are is a God. I want you to go find yourself. You cannot find yourself outside the scriptures. You cannot find yourself outside God, because God created you. Who else will you go back to? Like now, if I'm buying LG TV now and it goes bad, and I'm carrying it to Toyota, it doesn't even relate. If my LG TV goes bad, I'm even carrying it to iSense, it doesn't even relate, because it's not iSense that made LG. I'll have to carry it back to the main manufacturer, and that is God. If you're having doubts or questions about who you truly are, your identity, I will always say, go back to your creator. Go back to your creator. It's the only one that have answers to those questions you're looking for. It's the only one that can give you those answers. And yes, carry yourself as a God in all humility. See yourself differently. I love you, and we've come to the end of this episode. See you next